Is yada. You ain't know? Listen, if you hear any noise or voices in the background, if you can't have the willpower, disregard it. All right, lovelies. All right, this this is not for fragile egos, okay? This is basically for those that have been doing the work, okay? The inner work, the shadow work. You feel me? Integrating your shadow self, getting rid of fear and embodying love. You feel me? You feel me? And you feel me? And the more you embody that love, the more you feel me. The more that you have discernment and you know exactly what tough love is. You know? All right. Okay. So here's a little message. Okay. And this and I did see a couple videos and everything. Okay. And the thing is, timelines, like it seemed like timeline. You feel me? Seemed like timelines aren't really like say like they're not really merging. Okay, it's just becoming more obvious of the what timelines individuals are on. Whether somebody's on a lower timeline or somebody's you feel me on a higher timeline, somebody's in a 3D timeline, and who's on a 5D timeline. Okay, in a you feel me? So it when you tap into 5D, you feel me? In order to tap in 5D, you already know that you're dealing with spirit. You're dealing with the spiritual realm. That's the only way to really get into the 5D. And it's also by being still, because it's an inward. It's an inward, and you start to see because those on the 3D see things outward. They see things without. Those that are on the 5D see things within. We go within. That's the source. You feel me? That's where the power lies. Okay. And here's another little thing. Okay. And I'm gonna drop a couple gems. Okay. Yeah, as you know, I like to drop gems on y'all. Okay. And and here's a little thing. And then I seen like a little video. This is just like the, I seen a video where a female was talking. She was like, a little shade, darker than this complexion and everything. She was talking about the brainwashing of the females that think they need other weave and stuff in their heads and stuff like that, and like where they see the opposite sex that we have, we seem to have long hair, we have the same grade of hair as them, as the opposite sex, and and they're saying like we seem to manage our hair pretty good. Even with our dreads, they say our dreads be growing pretty long. We don't seem to be putting in all kind of fake stuff in our hair. Me, I use like oils and like most I use oils and I would show you my layer. I just don't want to get people to get so I don't want to get people to maybe in due time I'll show you what I use in my hair. You feel me? So the thing is, I this is like my third time growing my hair out. This third time, and it's full growth. You feel me? And even even when I previously split my head back in the day, all that's growing. You feel me? If you can see it, that's growing in and everything. And and these sides supposed to be growing too, so they're gonna be really growing in and everything. So all that, you feel me? All that's in due time. I'm not rushing. You feel me? The thing is, you know, appreciate your body, and your body will take care of you. You feel me? And know who you getting stuff from. You feel me? And you feel me? Because certain ones is just that want you to depend on them and things. You feel me? That's why I say you could look on Google and see like the natural remedies and herbs. My thing is I'm really into herbs, and in the herbs and the powder forms and stuff like that, and and making my own type of stuff like that. Putting in the and stuff like that. So see things, because Mother Earth always has things natural. You feel me? Your skin, you're natural, so you do things natural. So here's a little thing, okay? And and I would like to touch up on, okay, those that prayer, okay? Because if you're getting into 5D and everything, it's essential also, you feel me, when you do your be still, you feel me, when you be still and everything, we also, you feel me, we also pray. You feel me? We not ashamed. Now the thing is, this is what hit me on this calendar date, okay? Because I was so used to praying, and you feel me, and I'd be like, I was so like, I was like, I used to say, dear the Most High of all creators, the source of all that ever will be. So tell me why. When I say why, just why was it so? It was instinctively said something else other than both of those. And it just can roll off. And the thing is, when you start listening yourself speak, you start to hear well. You feel me? You feel me? You start to hear well. You feel me? Because certain ones think they be sounding smart, but like they don't really be listening to them. They just like other people listening. It's like, did you hear what you coming? Because if you ain't hearing what you coming out your mouth, I ain't even trying to hear what's coming out your mouth. You're not really listening to what you're saying. For me, I listen 2 times faster than I talk. Now, if you think I'm talking fast, you feel me? The thing is, you feel me? I actually listen 2 times faster. You feel me? That's why you feel me. I be hearing it, you know. So here's a little thing. So why is it that okay? I went to prayer, and the thing is, the prayer the synchronicity was so beautiful. You feel me? I'm just gonna kind of share this with y'all. If y'all would like to say this when y'all speak to where you know the main okay of all power. You feel me? So this is what I said. Okay, I said, dear the source of all creators. And then usually I say, may I embody, or may I receive. And then I usually say unapologetically and effortlessly. Because when you say may I, you feel me? The universe opens you up to receive that. The universe makes it that you do receive it. You feel me? And this thing about doing it with gratitude, okay? Now, the thing is, here's something, okay, this is for those that are evolving and would like to be on an organic level, okay? All right? Just know we ain't like everybody. We're a rare breed. Should I pop out my shirt? I mean, you see, I'm kind of, anywho, I like to sweat because it's good for kidneys. You feel me? I walk around, you feel me? So the thing is, get out in nature, do your meditation, you feel me? Be barefoot, you feel me? Get acquainted. The thing is, things are certain ones, I even like to say, like when I pray, I like to say, may I receive a super special, rare gift. Energy. Unapologetically and effortlessly. In my true name I ask. Father, Mother God, thank you. I love you. Okay, I just, that kind of just came to me. So the thing is, if you would like to pray, you can ask for, you can ask, see how it works for you. Because when I be, you can ask for say a super intuitive gift. A super intuitive gift. Or you could say a super instinctive gift. Because now, you feel me, you won't be intellectualizing everything. You feel me? Certain ones. All right. It kind of thundered out here. This is just one part of my gifts and everything. So the thing is, be in tune with nature, because nature will start giving you abilities. And then you could say, may I receive it so immediate, so sudden that it's unapologetically irreversible. May it be so obvious that it came from the spiritual realm. You feel me? You can ask for a very unique gift, or a highly unique gift, or a highly rare, unique gift, or you could say talent, or you could say ability, okay? Because as the 3D is breaking down, as all the material stuff breaking down, supernatural abilities, like becoming like very supernatural, like those abilities are being given out by the universe for those that are tapped into their emotional EQ, your emotional energy, because that's where the energy gonna come in, because it's instinctive. You ain't got to intellectualize everything. Certain ones be trying to intellectualize all kind of stuff. They be all up in their head. Get out of your head. Be more instinctive, because that's also a reader. It also speaks. You'll know exactly how to do something. You feel me? Somebody be wanting you explaining. You be like, look, I just did it. That's kind of how this. You feel me? This go here. You feel me? Just be more instinct, and you could pray and ask for that ability. You could ask to, you feel me, for a certain energy to be demiselessly stabilize in you. You know, if you know, and you feel me, you say things with your own words. The thing is, you know, how everybody prayed. The universe has something for everybody individually. So you feel me? So that's why it's about being independent and individual. You feel me? I got love for everybody. It's just like when it comes to my cake, okay, I'm going to eat my cake. And who, you feel me? You feel me? This is reaping season. I'm gonna eat my cake. I'm telling you how to get your own cake so you can eat your own cake. You ain't got to share your cake. It'll be your cake. So I got, you feel me? I got my cake. You feel me? You feel me? Because certain ones would like, you feel me? They like their cake, and then they would like your cake and eat it too. And then crumb you. Like, you know, my relatives thought they were so sneaky, thought they were going to crumb me. Trying to steal my stuff. And I said trying because they didn't get away with it. Because the universe already tagged them. They each got tagged. So they're not working out for them. You ever seen that video? I seen one of the females, one of the channels I usually watch and everything, and she was showing how a female was actually like, she's looking like an alien face, like was like a scream face. You feel me? And she was basically exposing how they try to attack a certain, say, chosen one and everything, and things start happening to her, and things are starting to happen to karmics. From things showing from the inside out. So you feel me? So like I said, you know, crime don't pay. You feel me? So they know who's time to pay the piper. I ain't worried about no government, Elon Musk, none of that. Y'all about to see how I snatch everything from y'all. And Bill Gates. Anywho, I love all y'all. Always find something safe doing. Stay accountable. It's about our time to rise, y'all.